Good morning, students. Today we are studying very important theorem in partial differential equation, that is Euler's theorem. Before that, we have to study homogeneous function. What is homogeneous function? Homogeneous function is that function in which each term having same degree or sum of indices of each term. Suppose function is of function two variables x and y, and fxy be a function. In this case, each term contains x and y. Sometimes there is only x, sometimes it will be y only, and in other terms or remaining terms x and y will be there. In this case, you have to consider indices of x and y, and sum of that indices should be equal to n. It is homogeneous function of degree n. That means each term having degree n, or if two variables are there in one term, sum of indices of that two terms should be, or two variables should be equal to n. Okay, that is homogeneous function. We are defining it. Homogeneous function, a function of xy of two variables x and y is said to be homogeneous function of degree n if sum of indices of x and y in every term is same and it should be equal to n. Is sum of indices should be equal to n. Okay. For example, we are considering polynomial equation fxy is equal to a naught x raised to n plus a1 x raised to n minus 1 into y plus a2 x raised to n minus 2 into y square, and continuing in this way, last term will be plus an and x raised to 0 into y raised to n. Here x raised to 0, that means 1, that means final term will be an into x raised to n, last term. Okay. Try to understand here. Here a naught, here degree is n. Here a1 x raised to n minus 1 y raised to 1. Sum of n minus 1 plus 1, finally it is n. Second term will be, try to understand, second term may be here a2 x raised to n minus 2 and y square. That means n minus 2 plus 2, these two are cancelled, and finally it is raised to n. Therefore, each term has sum of all indices of each variable. After taking sum, it should be equal to n, and last term is yn, n into y raised to n. That means each term having degree, that is n, is a homogeneous function of degree n, where this a naught, a1, a2 dot dot an, these are all constants, and this equation, which can be simplified in another form as, you are taking x raised to n common, therefore remaining terms will be a naught plus, here x raised to n is dividing throughout by x raised to n, x raised to n minus 1 will be cancelled to x raised to n minus 1, there is single x to remaining denominator, y divided by x plus a2 into y divided by x raised to 2 plus n into y divided by x raised to n. By this way successively all terms are terms in y by x, there is only first term is, leading term is constant. Okay. That means this polynomial equation is equation in y by x. Therefore, x raised to n remaining as it is and function of y upon x. For example, while you are taking example of that homogeneous function, we can take one simple example here directly. Suppose there is function which is taken, suppose fxy is equal to x square plus 3xy plus y square, which is equal to x square is taken common, 1 plus 3 y upon x, 1x is cancelled, plus y upon x bracket square, and this is x square into function of y by x. This is another pattern also is there. You can take this homogeneous function in another form. How to find out degree of that function? Simple example we are taking here. Suppose fxy is equal to 1 upon root of x square plus y square. You can write this equation as x into t and y into t, that means in terms of t, which is divided by 1 upon x into t square plus y square t square. T square is taken from root sign, which you will get here t into root of x square plus y square, which is equal to t raised to minus 1 into f of xy. It is f of xy, which is homogeneous function of degree minus 1. Homogeneous function of degree minus 1. It is final degree you can take. You can find out easily. This is another form to find out degree of the homogeneous function. Okay. Now, on this homogeneous function, very important theorem which is most applicable, most useful for your future. Therefore, you should remember this one. You should prepare properly. This problem will be asked or this theory part will be asked in exam for 5 marks. Question will be asked as state and prove. Question will be asked as state and prove Euler's theorem. Euler's theorem for function of two variables. Okay, it is for function of two variables. Start. If u is equal to fxy be homogeneous function a of x and y of degree n, it is homogeneous function fxy u is equal to fxy be a homogeneous function of x and y of degree n in an open region, which is defined in an open region having continuous partial derivatives. That means it should be differentiable n times. As it is having degree n, then it is differentiable n times. Okay, partially differentiable. It is continuous as well as its partial derivatives are existing. Therefore, in this case, you have to prove that x into partial derivative of function f with respect to x plus y into partial derivative of function f with respect to y should be equal to n into fxy. Okay, we have to prove this result. Okay, let us consider according to your statement fxy is homogeneous function of degree n, so that it can be expressed as in the form we have already seen that form x raised to n is taken from that polynomial equation. Equation will be converted to new form fxy is equal to x raised to n into capital F y by x. This is said to be equation number 1. You should remember this one. This is very important result. This is equation number 1. Differentiating equation n partially with respect to x. You have to do partiality here. You have to ignore y remaining as it is, or y will be treated as constant number or constant. Therefore, differentiating this equation 1 partially with respect to x, therefore del by f by del by x, taking partial derivative of this bracketed quantity which is given in equation number 1. Partial derivative of x raised to n is n into x raised to n minus 1, f of y by x remaining as it is, because it is a product function, this is function of x, this is also function of x. Therefore, n into x raised to n minus 1 f of y by x plus x raised to n f dash of y by x, and derivative of f is f dash y by x, and derivative of bracketed quantity, that is minus y upon x square. Okay. Now on simplification, that means here x square is to denominator, which will be cancelled for 1 x square. Therefore there will be term of x raised to n minus 2, this term remaining as it is. Therefore n into x raised to n minus 1 into f of y by x minus x raised to n minus 2, y remaining as it is, f dash of y by x. Now we are going to multiply this equation by x. Left hand side is multiplied by x, therefore x into w by x, which is equal to n into x raised to n f of y by x, due to this minus sign, which is here, this term will become minus and x square will be cancelled to 1 x square. Therefore x raised to n minus 2 into y f dash of y by x. After multiplication this by x, this remains x is w by x, x raised to n into x, that will be x, n minus 1 into x, that is x raised to n f of y by x. One term will be added here, therefore x raised to n minus 1 will become y remaining as it is, f dash of y by x. This is equation number 2. Again you have to differentiate, partially differentiate equation 1 with respect to y. W by y is equal to x raised to n f dash of y by x into derivative. Here x raised to, it is treated to be constant because we are taking partial derivative of equation 1 with respect to y. Therefore ignore this x raised to n, take partial derivative of f, that is f dash of y by x, and derivative of bracketed quantity with respect to y, that is 1 by x. Derivative of y is 1. Therefore on simplification, cancelling here again x with this x, it will be x raised to n minus 1 f dash of y by x. Now you have to multiply this equation by y. Therefore y into w by y is equal to x into x raised to n minus 1 f dash of y by x into y. This is equation number 3. See, observe that this term, this will be minus x raised to n minus 1 y f dash of y by x. Here it will be plus. Therefore while you are taking addition of equation 2 and 3, addition of corresponding sides of equation 2 and 3, it will be x into w by x plus y into w by y, which is equal to n into f of xy, and that is your standard result. Therefore it is proved, hence proof of Euler's theorem. Okay.